Hey everybody, it's July 27th, 2020. You're watching Frogpants Plays Daily. I'm Scott Johnson. All right, before we get into it, a couple quick things. There was a massive Nintendo data leak, and there was a whole bunch of cool stuff that came out of that, but also some concerning things like how did somebody get a hold of all this? And it's very much intellectual property, and I'm sure Nintendo's not happy about this at all, but it is interesting in the fact that there's a ton of stuff in that code and leaked documents that'll give you all sorts of fan service about some of your favorite games from all the way back in the NES days, things that happened on the Super NES, N64 and forward. Just a treasure trove of information that doesn't seem like it was shared or leaked on the up and up, but worth checking out. You can go find it at just about any gaming news outlet, and I recommend you do. It is just way too much to cover here. Also, I was reminded of something this week that just made me happy to see again. Sometimes I forget it happened. Got to kind of pinch myself and get excited about it again. A number of years ago, World of Warcraft put my character name in the game. So there's an in-game item named after my orc hunter that I play in World of Warcraft. And as you can see here, it's called Gerp's Perfect Arrow. And some people have asked, is this still a thing I can get in the game? And the truth is you absolutely can. You just have to go hunt around for it. But it is still in that older content. And if you happen to get it during one of their time walking events, you might get a trinket that is up to current speed in terms of its value. So anyway, Gerp's Perfect Arrow, still out there, still a thing. Thanks, World of Warcraft. Kicking us off in the news, Ghosts of Tsushima's patch will let you make the game way harder. Or easier, depending on what you want to do. But the game is getting some new difficulty options thanks to its latest patch. These new options will let players make the game harder or easier, depending on what you're up for. Patch's biggest addition is the new lethal difficulty mode, which could provide the game's most difficult challenge to date. The mode makes everything about the game deadlier, including enemies and Jin himself. To make things more complicated, the timing windows for parrying and dodging are much tighter, so every move will have to be precisely timed. The mode also makes enemies more aggressive and better at detecting Jin when he's trying to be stealthy. The final big change in this patch that probably everyone's excited about, bigger text. Ghost of Tsushima is known for having tiny little text, and people complain like crazy. They did it. After this patch, you can increase the text and make those objectives bigger, all that stuff. So if you're like me, and your eyes aren't what they used to be, this will be a welcome addition. So I love when devs give this kind of attention to games after release. It's like, hey, we built a game for a long time and it took us forever to do it. And we finally hit our release date and everyone's really happy with it. But here are some things we should do, we meant to do, or just now are learning because players have their hands on it in a way that we couldn't do during testing. That, to me, is the sign of a great developer. So Sucker Punch, 2 big thumbs up from me, as if that mattered. Also excited, I think I'm going to pick this game up this week. I've been putting it off. As you know, the big fight was between Mario and this. I've had my way with Paper Mario. It's time to have my way with Jin and his ghost. Herman Miller in the news. They make chairs and Logitech. They're working with Herman Miller, and they want to class up your office with a $1,495 gaming chair. Herman Miller, the manufacturer of office chairs like the Aeron, the Embody, and the Sail, I don't know how you say that one, S-A-Y-L, Sail, is making a gaming chair aimed at gamers, streamers, esports athletes, and the like. The Embody gaming chair is, according to the company, quote, the industry first truly ergonomic chair, unquote. Over the last few years, the gaming world has been inundated with brightly colored, often garish racing chairs. The new Embody gaming chair, the result of a partnership between Herman Miller and Logitech, is decidedly more low-key, except for maybe a little splash of blue on the backside. That's how I like it, a little splash of blue on the backside. It looks straight out of like a cubicle chair, but for gamers. All right, so I have a Herman Miller. I'm sitting on it right now. Can you hear it? This chair sits a little higher than your average chair because I have it for a standing desk that's got kind of a weird height to it. So when I want to sit, I sit on this thing, and it's been great. I've had this for like 10 years, 0 problems, no complaints, no issues. Oh, I guess that means it's out of warranty finally because it has a 10-year warranty. But anyway, never had to do anything with it. It's been a great chair. Love it. Obviously, this is exciting. However, $14.95. So, side note, I was reading a Reddit thread, and there was a whole bunch of people talking about this chair, and some people brought up the point that if you call office supply or office furniture stores, okay, not just Office Max and things like that, but places that carry office furniture of various types, you're going to find deals. Apparently, they get a lot of refurbs back, and it's on some of their higher end stuff, like $700 to $1,000 to $2,000 chairs that get marked down to like $200 or $300 because it's a refurb, and you never hear about it otherwise, unless you're going in there and asking. So go ask your local furniture guy, do you got any cool gaming chairs or ergonomic office chairs because you need an upgrade, and see if they can't cut you a deal, son.
Email.
We received a communication, this one from Albert Vanderberg. This is via the comments on the YouTube video a couple of days ago. He says this, the YouTube video a couple of days ago. I sound like my mom. Glad to see Microsoft is finally putting some real effort again in developing their own games. Don't particularly like platform exclusives, but at least it shows some real devotion. I agree. I'm not much for exclusives either. I wish everything was everywhere. Sony makes amazing exclusives, but I'm kind of annoyed that the only way you get them is with Sony. But they know that, and that drives people to their platform, right? So it's a valid business decision that they're making. Microsoft has been decidedly different in that approach in the past. A lot more third party, way less first party, especially this current, to say almost last generation, Xbox One generation. So the fact that they're doubling down on what makes their console a little more free and open and out there with Game Pass and PC and everything else, they are also doubling down with acquired studios and game IPs that are being built internally so that they can have a bunch of cool exclusives as well. I think they really needed to do that. So I think it's important that they do. I think it's great that they are. The big question is, will they drive people more than Sony exclusives? And will that combination of good Microsoft exclusives or an uptick in those exclusives combined with Game Pass as a value, will that be enough to dominate or at least lead this generation in some way? Time and money will tell. Finally, of little consequence. By the way, thanks for all the messages that I'd been spelling consequence wrong for a long time. It was just a typo. I actually know how to spell it. I don't know what happened there. It's fixed now, so you don't have to tell me anymore, okay? I know I screwed that up on the older episodes. It's good now. We're good. Anyway, of little consequence today is this video I made quite a while ago of Varian Rin farting. Enjoy. That's it. Find me over at frogpantsplays.com and contact me at scott@frogpants.com, or leave your comments in the videos below, or the comments below is what I mean to say, because I'll answer those like we did today. I'm always happy to do those. Go to frogpants.com for everything else you're looking for. It's going to do it for me today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Final bug. The final bug. Shit. My buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. Microsoft is very decidedly. No.